Shalom, I'm Love Herself, Sarah Darlene, some call me. I have a message from Yahweh, God Almighty, whose original name is Love. I'm going to repeat some things that I hear him saying. All of you all can hear God. Some of you just need to listen a little bit closer so you can hear him for yourselves. Therefore, you wouldn't have to take other people's word when they say, God said this or he said that. Listen for yourselves. He has a hearing track for everyone, a frequency that his voice travels down on into you all's dome. And so I listen. Most of the time, he's with me, so I just repeat what I hear him say when he has a message for others. So he has a message today, and so I'm going to repeat after him and what I hear him say. Okay, first of all, Yahweh God Almighty, he says shalom. He says shalom to you all out there in my listening world. I have a message I would like to share, he says. Now, he says, you can hear me if you want to. He says, but you'll have to want to. Because I don't force anyone to hear me. He says, I like the willingness of someone to want to hear what I have to say, he says. Okay, he says, now the thing is this. There's a lot going on in my world that I would like to complete, correct, to make sure that things are all right down here on this particular planet. Because some of you don't know that it's being used for hell's purposes. Hell, H-E-L-L. There's a test going on. There was, he says, for you all to do what you care to do. Stage your own performance, your own act. Whether you're doing good or you're performing bad. And then that way, we above you would be able to see how you behave. And so now, for those of you listening, I want you to do this, said Yahweh. I want you to be sincere in your heart, open, or you can shut, believe or not believe, that I'm talking to my babe here, Love, who some call Sarah, and others call Darlene, on her trauma. Okay? Yahweh says some even call her Madonna, the black one. Some call her Shekinah, or my consult. Yahweh said, yes, I have one. Okay, he said, I am not gay. Okay, he said, they have you all believing that I am up here around my throne and I am surrounded by men. Just men. But why would I, he says. I like my female. And I've always liked my choice. But anyway, he says, the thing is this. You see the picture there? He said, that's me. An illustration of me, drawn by Sarah, who's speaking here and listening. He said, there I am pouring water into my globe. earth, here, there. And the sunlight, you see there, it is a lamp. Don't let them tell you differently. And so when you all are thirsty there, I replenish, pouring down my rain, or just a jug, to make sure that my oceans are filled. Now I am in white because it's my preference. I like cleanliness. And you can't see many germs when you have on colors. But you can see those rascals, he says, when you're in your white. Okay? He says, I keep my white clean. He said, and my hair is long. I let it grow, but not too long, he says. Because it can cover down to my feet. And I'm not in the mood for all of that wear. And so you all should do the same. But your nourishment and your nutrients have been tarnished there. And so it stops a lot of growth. But we will fix all of that, said the Lord Yahweh. When you get up here and return back to your normal existence. Okay, he says, now I have more. Okay, he says that I will tell you on another tape. But in the meanwhile, that's me, and learn to love me as I have loved you. And stop believing all the lies. He says, I do not smash babies to the streets. He says, they lied in those books. And I did not come down to earth and order Moses to kill many men and women and children. But I will tell you more about that later. And no, I am not Jehovah. And I'm not the God of Israel. I am the God of YHWH. Okay, he said they took away my Y, the first letter of my last name. It meant Yahweh to them. And they detest me. But he says, I gave them life. And so why are they so hateful? If you find yourself in a rut, okay, he says, do something about it. He says, don't take it out on me. Okay, he said, because I played a part. Okay, he says, shalom.